folks. Welcome to Neon playing Bloodborne. One second while I get some audio stuff set up. Just trying this out for the first time. So I want to make sure that I sound good, that the game's not overwhelming everything else. Okay, well, hopefully this is going to sound pretty good, and you'll be able to hear the game and everything. So, yeah, so I'm Neon Orlock, and this is my second playthrough of Bloodborne. I'm going to be doing New Game, not New Game Plus, because I did pretty good in my first playthrough, but I'm still kind of wanting to just kind of play the game on New Game, if that makes sense. But I'm going to play online this time, which I did not do in my first playthrough. I don't know if I want to stick to that. We'll see. But I'm also doing this in part because I've been wanting to play the game again, and also because next month, or possibly in early, like in December or January, I'm waiting for the Bloodborne board game to arrive, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing of that, and probably some playthroughs of that game. But so that's why I thought this would be an interesting idea to play the video game again.
Well, you've come to the right place.
And what place
Yharnam
is
is the home of blood ministration.
Sounds delicious.
You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin?
With blood.
Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Oh boy. Well, I'm sure every contract that this guy signs is legitimate. Alright, well here we are with character creation. Let's come up with a good name. Good place to start. I'm going to play a female character this time, I think, because I played a male last time. What's a good Gothic Victorian name? Let's see. I had some ideas before, and then they've completely slipped my mind, so there we go. This shouldn't be the hardest part of the game, but apparently it's gonna feel like that right now, because nothing's coming to my mind. That's okay. I'll figure something out. I've beaten Bloodborne once before. I can get past the naming screen. I'll go with something a little classic, but with slightly different spelling. There we go. Sure, why not? Yeah. That works. And I want to go with a skill and arcane build, I think, this time. Last time I did a strength endurance build mostly. And I wanted to try a little bit different setup this time. Still want somebody survivable though, of course. Want some good stats. This might be the one to start with. A born specialist fit for sleuthing or academia. Seems like a good way to go, huh? Alright, cool. And then, let's see. Got all that. Go with a mature voice. Standard build seems fine. Don't really need to get into any of the scale adjustments. All of this is good enough. I like to do something a little bit interesting though. Some marks or scars. I mean, after all, hunters have dangerous vocations. Fine. I like the glasses look on my last character, so yeah. That seems cool. Seems like a practical hairstyle for an adventurer, I suppose. And we'll go with a little bit more of a red hair look in honor of my family's Celtic origins. Yeah, that looks good enough for video game style. Alright. I think this is fine. Don't need to get too fancy. That looks pretty good. Yeah. Alright. Pretty streamlined character creation process. I think we're in good shape. Let's go for it. Let's start Bloodborne. I did pretty good in my first playthrough. I'm worried that in the 3 or so months since it's been, maybe it's been longer than that. I guess it was around the beginning of 2020, so maybe it's been like 8 or 9 months. I'm worried that my skill will have precipitously fallen off, but we'll see. But I really enjoyed this game. I played through it for my first time, and it was like one of my favorite games.
Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens,
I'm gonna worry.
You may think it all a mere bad dream.
Just like everything in Yharnam. A bad dream. I'm sure everything went fine. Oh boy. That's not really what you want to see after a major surgery. I mean, he's probably friendly, right? Phew. Perfectly normal situation. Now, if these little guys can do that, like, why don't they help with the fight? Everything's going according to plan.
Ah, you found yourself a hunter.
Yosefka's clinic. And our journey begins. Even got some blood echoes to get started. Okay, well, like I said, it's been a little while since I played. But I did pretty good in my first playthrough. I pretty much did everything in the game except for beating the Orphan of Kos. I tried. It was not for lack of trying. So I'm excited to play through again. Looking forward to trying a new build. I did the what was it? The switch axe, not the axe, but the saw cleaver. Sorry, that's right. I did the saw cleaver last time. Wondrous hunting. This is a fine message. Absolutely. Very good message. And we will beware of the beast. Thank you. Already some helpful friends out there giving advice to new hunters. Get a little bit of lore here. Well, I know at least one character who's already transcended the hunt. We'll see if this one can do it too. Love that dramatic door opening. I try never to be fooled. Not to say that I'm not sometimes fooled, but what are you gonna do, huh? So I've also played Dark Souls and Dark Souls 3. I usually don't play online. I sometimes find the ghostly echoes to be distracting, but we'll see. We'll see if I stick with that. I know that a lot of people think that that is the proper way to play. And yeah, so all those blood stains, of course, mean that this is where other players have died. And to be totally honest, my first time through, I died quite a bit here. Even after I got my weapon. And it looks like this is not going to be much different, huh? There it is. First death of this run, probably first of many. But of course, that's kind of the point of this fight. Because now we can head into the hunter's dream. And meet one of the most important NPCs of the game, of course. The doll. Just went through a major surgery, and waking up in a place like this has got to be quite the shock for my character, I would imagine. Ah, and right, the doll is not yet awake for us, or perhaps it is our lack of insight that means that we cannot see her in her more animate form. Ah, maybe somebody using that sword that drains your life, standing there for too long? Abandoned doll. So as I'm going for a skill build this game, I will be choosing a threaded cane as my weapon of choice to start with. I'm excited to see if I enjoy the threaded cane. I really like the saw cleaver. Like I said, I pretty much played through the entire game using the saw cleaver in my first playthrough. Now, not using the blunderbuss does seem like... I really like the blunderbuss. I know it's really good for parrying and everything, but I'm trying to play a new game, so we're going to go with a different style this time and just see what happens. And we'll see if I leave any notes for anybody. Get our weapons equipped. Try to remind myself all the fun techniques of the game. Probably a lot of people dying from... Ah. Is this an invasion? Is that a thing that can happen here? Interesting. We have no blood echoes. We'll also see if I do the Temerian chalices or not this run. I only did them a few times in my first playthrough. I found them to be quite stressful. But we'll see. Aw, that's nice. Hey, right on. Thanks. Alright, well, I know that there's not really a whole lot to do around here right now. I'm just kind of checking it all out, getting used to the controls again. Like I said, it's been a few months since I played. Get that run button. Read the notes just to see if there's anything I'm forgetting. Get that rally. Remember about that. Viscerals, very important. Stagger, also very important. Boom. Love the trick weapons. Definitely one of the coolest aspects of this game. Right, getting back your bullets. Switching weapons. Items. Don't have any items yet, of course. Such a great gothic looking game, too. Okay, well, I think we're ready to head back into Yharnam and the sick house. It's kind of exciting to be back in the world of Yharnam. Like I said, this really very quickly became one of my favorite games. I had a lot of trouble early on getting used to it, getting a feel for it. One of my friends said the best advice he could give me was to just be more aggressive in fighting, and eventually I took that to heart, and it seemed to do pretty good. Like I said, I had a pretty solid run my first time through. Beat some of the harder bosses, like the blood-starved beast in my first play, or in my first run on them. And then also died like 30 times to the Orphan of Kos, so... Not like I don't know if I'm outstanding at it by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know, I did solid, I think.
Are you out on the hunt?
Clearly.
Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection.
Mm-hmm, sure.
I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do.
In my first playthrough, I actually never did this until, or I didn't do this until way farther
Now,
into the game.
Go. And good hunting.
Well, at least she's polite. We'll be back to see her at some point. Anything else?
Are you still in need of something? But I have nothing more to offer. Please, try to understand my position.
Sure.
I can only pray for a fruitful hunt.
I guess that's something, right? Alright, let's go try to get revenge on that werewolf creature. Yep, alright. Good. Alright. We're ready. Hopefully the weapon will make a difference. Bad start. Well, there we go. And the very important blood vials. Alright, well, see, we're off to a great start. Way better than my first playthrough. Got some blood vials to work with. Alright, well, let's head out onto the streets, eh? Not used to all the messages since, like I said, I didn't play online my first time. I think I actually didn't even have a membership on PlayStation to be able to play online when I first started, so... that I had let my subscription lapse. So one of the things I really enjoy about this game is the way that areas are blocked off and that you connect paths to places you've been. Alright, out into the world. Central Yarnum. We'll try to remember those things, friend. Thank you. See how much I remember all the little secret nooks and crannies of the world too. So yeah, I really like the way that the map connects back and gives you shortcuts, and the feeling of progress you get from opening up a path that you had not yet found, feeling like your next run is going to be a little bit easier because you've opened a door or... Hey, there we go. Right. I like the encouraging folks. And yes, beware of ambush. Always a good lesson in this game. Hey, there we go. Now we got some items to work with. Let's go ahead and get those slotted. Head on up. Definitely had to replay the next section quite a few times in my first playthrough. Such an awesome looking world. I'm really excited to keep playing this and also to get that board game that I'm going to be doing a playthrough of, or an unboxing and a playthrough of once it arrives. I've been waiting for that for quite a while. Alright, see? Already making progress.
Oh, you must be a hunter.
Did the blood give it away?
Not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests.
You can say that again.
Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done.
I see people around here are so friendly.
This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained
Not
from
as
this
easy as it
place,
sounds,
will
right?
do more harm than good.
That is very good advice.
Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood.
Oh yeah, seems
Across
legit.
the valley to the east of Yarnum lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral.
I'm sure they'll welcome me with
the
open
birthplace
arms.
of the Healing Church's special blood. Or so they say. Yarnumites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance.
Good advice, Gilbert.
Across the valley to the east of Yarnum, deep within lies the old I haven't heard of Pale. That's your best bet.
Alright. Well, I'm sure he's going to be okay, right? We'll probably save all the people of this town. Surely that's the outcome. It's the video game, after all. Aren't we supposed to be the heroes? Oh, wrong button. Okay, still getting used to it. Well, you know what? That was a silly mistake. Rather than waste one of my precious blood cocktails, we'll head back. Get healed up before we set out on the next leg of our journey. Ah, that's right. We also open up the church this way. Or, sorry, not the church. The Hunter's Refuge here. And we can meet a very important character. But, you know, no spoilers or anything.
Aha! You must be the new hunter.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home for now.
Such a friendly guy.
I am Gammon, friend to you hunters.
Sure
You're sure
thing,
to
buddy.
be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do.
Just a way of
You'll
things,
get
right?
used to it.
Just the way of things.
This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh.
Yee.
We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find.
Oh, so generous.
At the door, should it please you.
I do not like the sound of that.
This was one... Oh, your way.
Alright, thanks, buddy. How many nights in Bloodborne do carry on forever? Can't wait till we get our Carlisle runes. Sure, why not? Alright. Don't need to store anything, so we can head back on out into the night and into the dream. Hopefully this run is, I mean, I'd like it to be even more successful than my last one, whatever that might mean. But hopefully I do pretty good. I'll stick with that. Hoping that I haven't completely lost my ability to move through the world. At least I know where a lot of the surprises are. Just gonna take it slowly. Not gonna try anything too fancy right now. already doing a way better than I did at this point in my first playthrough, naturally. I mean, I would hope so, right? What I'm not going to do is tangle with this guy over here. I tried many times in my first playthrough to beat this executioner at the beginning, and, well, let's just say it did not go very well. Maybe I could do it, but I'm not going to test it right now. Funny because I really enjoy this game, but I also find it tremendously stressful.
Are you that outsider?
Don't know what that says about me.
Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along,
Very nice.
will ya? Are you that outsider? Well, trot along.
No hospitality there, right? Hey, buddy. That is really nice range on that. I will definitely admit to that. And honestly, the damage isn't bad. Oh, except for when you get stuck. That was on me. Oh. Almost paid for that.
Lads, you've come on. You'd open the door on a night of a hunt. Away with you. Now.
The first few people we met were a lot nicer. Never trust a pile of dirty rags in this game. Or any corner. I don't know what that means. Come on, buddy. Wow, the threaded cane is stronger than I realized. I didn't play with it until farther into my first playthrough and didn't realize that, I didn't power it up enough to be a viable weapon at the point that I had it. Alright. Yeah. I'm thinking this is going to be a decent weapon for me. I like quicker stuff. That's why I haven't really considered going for the big hunter's axe as a starting weapon, or even a weapon I use at all. I played pretty much the entire first playthrough with the saw cleaver. Still got to get my timing with viscerals down, though. Okay, so this was one of my first real stalling points in my first playthrough. We'll see how I do this time. Ah, well, having a weapon with some range is nice, I'll say that. That is an advantage I did not have when I was using the blunderbuss. But I also know that these guys are armed with guns. Which is one of the reasons why this is a pretty tough little section here. Oh! Bummer. Okay, come on. Hey, watch out. Okay. Still getting used to the range on this.
I'll mess up your brain! Help me! Oh God!
Let's see if we can get those guys to come on up to us. Still getting used to it. Such a cool, iconic weapon. I don't know if any of you have checked out the threaded cane that somebody made IRL, but it is sweet. Yeah, I'm just going to take it real careful here. I don't see any reason to try to be a hero. Slow and steady wins the Bloodborne. Yeah, these dogs were a real problem for me, too, before. See if I can bait him over here. Then we'll deal with our friend with the pistol. Probably wasting a bit too much ammo. Okay. And look at that. I forgot to show off this lovely sight. Some poor, unsuspecting monster. Alright. Making progress here. of our friends made a mistake here. Ooh, using a shock lever though. That wasn't a mistake, but...
You better upstairs! Away! Away!
That might have been a bit rash, but
Away!
looks like we did pretty good. Alright. Oh, that's right. What do we got over here? Probably nothing, right? Just a little banging. Don't have to be worried about that, I'm sure. Oh, I'm winning. I'm winning, Dad. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Bosh 'em up, Sixta? Yeah, I'm winning all right. Thanks for asking. We're doing good. I've only died once. I mean, I don't know if that, I mean, that's how you win, right? Not dying, especially from games. No, I'm getting my bearings back. Yes, we are. You know, because we play games. You should play this, man. That's a great game. I mean, I know you don't have a PS4, but like, still.
I don't reckon you're from round here. Well, stuck outside on a night of the hunt. Oh, you poor, poor thing.
Yes, this is how we win, Rose. Thank you.
I don't reckon you're...
Alright, so now we're going to have a big, exciting, interesting thing going on over here. First, let's take care of these raven things. Oh, that range is real nice. See how I do when I start finding any magical items, but having these better range weapons is pretty cool. So, something I learned during my first playthrough was this friend of ours over here will follow you eventually if you don't take care of him. Dark Souls 3 was good. I just finished that one. It is definitely the most... Oh boy. Well, thought we could sneak up on him. That might have been a mistake. Yeah, go back to pounding on the door, dude. Nah. Oh boy. There, now we're talking. Problem solved. Yeah, so Dark Souls 3 is definitely the most like Bloodborne of the Dark Souls games. At least, well, I've played 1 and 2. Can definitely see where they got some of the inspiration, and, or, you know, kind of like where the gameplay evolved. It's a little bit faster. You can kind of reward some of the more risky play in that one. The graphics, there's definitely some areas of Dark Souls 3 that feel a lot more like Bloodborne. So yeah, you should definitely check that one out. I didn't play 2. I enjoyed Dark Souls 1, kind of. I don't know. I didn't like it nearly as much as Bloodborne, and I like 3 similarly, but Bloodborne's still my favorite. But they're all games worth playing, I think. And I'm even kind of interested in the Demon Souls remake, but, you know, no PS5. maybe that'll change. Maybe we'll get some followers and, you know, maybe put together a little donation drive or something to try to afford a PS5. That'd be fun. Ooh, a favorite boss. That's a good question. Let me think about it for a second. There's some really great bosses. They're definitely a highlight of these games. A few memorable ones for sure. I really liked... sorry. Fighting dogs. I really did enjoy the Blood-Starved Beast fight, but maybe just because I beat it on my first playthrough, or my first attempt, which I know is kind of rare, because it's a really hard fight. That's in this game, that's in Bloodborne. I'm trying to think of, like, Dark Souls fights that I enjoyed. They're all, like, very visually appealing and interesting, so, I mean, that's cool, just any way you slice it. Sorry. Oh yeah, the little spirit dudes, yeah, they're pretty cool. People can leave you notes with them. So let me think. A Dark Souls boss that I enjoyed. So like I said, Blood-Starved Beast in this one. I can't think of her name. But there's like the priestess woman in this one. It's a really hard one, but she's a really cool looking like monster whose name I'm just not isn't coming to me right now. But you fight her at the church when you get to the church in central Yharnam. And I think she like transforms into a giant monster. And she's like wearing this like priestess's cowl. The name's just slipping from me right now. I can't think of it, but that's a really cool fight. That was another kind of one that I ran into, had a hard time with, and then eventually, you know, got down and feel like I did pretty good against. There's also like an electrical monster in this one that's really neat. For some reason I'm just blanking on a lot of the other fights though. There's something I don't necessarily want to get stuck with right now. Don't give up. I like that. I mean, that is technically the best ending. When you become an old god. Or a new old god. I don't know, is it really an old god if you're a new old god? But yeah, I mean, that's the ending that requires the most work is the one where you become an old god. You have to find the umbilical cord parts. There's 4 in the game. You have to use at least 3 of them. And then win the game by fighting the last boss instead of letting him kill you. And then you fight the secret last boss. And then you become an Elder One. That is considered the best ending. So I guess technically, whether or not anything in this game is good or bad, like morality Yharnam seems pretty relative in a lot of ways. Now there's a good set of armor down here. There's also some tough enemies. Let's see. Is this a terrible idea? This might be a terrible idea. The first time I played, I just fell down because I wasn't paying attention. I'm still trying to think of examples of Dark Souls bosses that stood out to me, and I just don't know why they're not coming to me right now. Nah, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till at least we open up the other path. The pros and cons of such a transformation. Well, you gain infinite power, I believe, or like at least tremendous power, which I think is a pro. Con would probably be becoming a little slug monster. Or maybe that's a pro, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty cute. You save yourself, you like, remove yourself from the hunt, and, like, you no longer are bound to this endless cycle of death and rebirth. That seems kind of unpleasant, really. Oh boy. I only wanted one of them to notice me. I don't know, maybe there's no cons to becoming a little slug god. Maybe it's all good. Oh boy. This is very bad. Huh. That's not great. Huh. No, I don't want to leave him. Okay. That went a little bit better than I expected. Okay, and that's a strong attack on a fall off. Okay. Well, that was very cool. Sorry, got distracted by fighting giant wolf monsters. Okay, so, bosses from Dark Souls. Alright, I'm going to try to answer this question. The Four Kings in Dark Souls is a really cool boss fight where you kind of go into this black pit and you're like surrounded by darkness and you kind of have these four, or actually I think there's more than four technically, guys that are like coming out at you. And you kind of have to like race to beat them as fast as you can. Okay. Well, got past them. That was good. So yeah, the Four Kings fight's really cool. I like that one a lot, I think. I would say. Ah, got distracted. Oh, there's one in Dark Souls 3, I'm forgetting what it is, but it's like you fight this dude in a suit of armor, and then like a version of him comes out that fights with you, I think? Something kind of cool like that. It's like a real weird, interesting battle. I have a hard time remembering the names of all the fights. I more remember the visuals and stuff like that. Hey, buddy. Hey, how's it going? Gotta remember I can trick my weapons, too. Got too used to playing Dark Souls. Meet interesting people in this world. Okay, why am I not locking on? Cool. Cool. Alright, alright, alright. Ah, yes. Learn not to trust anything in Yharnam. That's not open from this side. Ah, yes, I remember that. Big, scary dudes. Very good. This is opening up a path. So this is what I was talking about this earlier. I really like how in this game you open up paths by progressing, and it makes your trip back easier. Or if you die, you get an easier way to get back to where you're going. Yeah. So you know, Bloodborne is an interesting story about. Kind of like who the monsters are in reality, and you know you're being discriminated against because of your blood, your connection to this old blood and everything, and the people out there are kind of they're becoming these mindless kind of shattered vessels that are just intent on destroying anyone who's different from them.
Across the valley to the east of Yharnam, deep within,
okay.
That's your
That's the same story there. So yeah, the people are kind of corrupted by, well, so the older gods, the oldie gods, came down and landed, or however, like planted themselves under Yharnam and began to kind of infect the people. They began to use the blood ministrations, and it kept them healthy, but also began turning them into kind of mindless monsters. twisting them. And now they kind of hate the people who aren't twisted by their blood, by this old blood. I thought that was going to be more effective. Or I thought I was going to parry him. Okay, guess not. Not enough stopping power on that? Okay. Going Belmont style. Whew. Now we're coming up on the cleric beast, and I am concerned. Kind of been the fight that I was worried about, just because getting used to a new weapon, a new playstyle. I wasn't sure how I'd do. If I can get past this, I feel pretty confident. The real question is, do I want to risk my blood, or... If there's a good night to have a curse, I haven't found it yet. But that's a great question. Alright. Let's see if my tactics have stuck with me. Yeah, I have only found terrible nights to have a curse. But maybe there's good nights for it. Alright, well, there's no way out now. No, just a cleric that's been, this is a former human that's been turned into a horrifying monster. Not to be ethnocentric or anything. Not to be unculturally relative. Oh boy. Still gotta get my timing down. Probably not being aggressive enough. Put in a good effort, but or an okay effort. Yeah, still trying to get back into the flow of things. It's a challenging game, but now I've got my first insight, which means I can finally start leveling up.
Hello, good hunter.
Maybe that'll help.
I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you.
See, that's nice.
Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you.
It's nice to have a friend, right?
Your sickly spirit. Did you speak with Gehrman? He was a hunter long, long ago, but now serves only to advise them. He is obscure, unseen in the dreaming world. Still, he stays here, in this dream. Such is his purpose.
Well, don't have
Very
any
well.
blood echoes to level up
Let
with.
the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
Alright, so it's going to cost 800 to get my first level. 829.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Okay. Stuff we might actually be able to use here, since I'm playing online. Looks like if I get a little bit of blood, I will be able to upgrade my weapon, which is probably a good way to go. Might help in that fight. I think I was being too nervous in the fight against the cleric beast. Also getting kind of hungry, so that could be throwing me off my game. Now, I'm not making excuses, but you know, that's my excuse. I guess we can't talk to Garriman right now. That's okay. He probably wouldn't have anything interesting to say anyways. Alright, well, back to Central Yarnum, huh? Gonna have to make up some of those lost blood vials. Maybe come back, get my weapon upgraded. Probably not gonna play a whole lot more right now, because I have a podcast to record. But maybe get enough to upgrade a weapon or something. I was definitely concerned about this first fight against the cleric beast, because it's not being able to level up and then losing your points. I gotta learn that range better. Now we're wasting cocktail or blood vials. I don't know the lock-on having these troubles, but all right. Whew, yeah. Still gotta get that. Gotta build up those muscles again. Remember what it is to truly join the hunt. That just looks bad. But hey, it's effective. Also got to get used to tricking this weapon. These guys seem, I don't know if I'm missing my timing or what. They seem harder to get the visceral on. Or maybe I just gotta get them like that. Now remember that those guys do tend to drop a good amount of blood vial. I should have looked at how much a weapon upgrade cost. I also wonder if I'm going to be able to do this without doing a whole lot of grinding, or I'm going to be grinding. Sometimes you just can't avoid it, right? Okay, good. I was afraid they were both going to come after me. Yeah, that would have been very bad. Not too bad. Nice view here. I remember recently when the sky in California looked pretty similar to this. Well, I guess that was kind of my bad. And by that, I mean that was completely my bad. Still trying to remember all the little tricks and tactics. And there also went those first 3,000 souls I lost to the cleric beast. Ah well, easy come, easy go. Now one of these two should have the glow. Ah yes, I see the glowy eyes. Come on, pal. Less shining coins, more healing. Come on.
It's your fault.
See, it's my fault. These little bits of interesting lore or at least bits and pieces of the lore from the things that they say to you. All right. A little bit better. Alright, that little spirit freaked me out. I think this is the other side of... yes. Very good. Right, I could have cracked one of those back in town to get some stuff for leveling up, but that's alright. Alright, well, I think I'm going to be wrapping up here in a minute, so... waiting for you, and... I was being dumb. Okay, cool. I'll get the hang of it again. Or I won't. We'll see. Alright, yeah, gonna head back to the Hunter's Dream. Get a little bit of leveling up, and then get ready to record my podcast. If any of you are Swords and Satire fans, that's the podcast I hope with I host. I hope some of you are fans. I host it with my partner Chelsea and my brother Jack, and hopefully you enjoy it. It'd be great if you did. Alright, let's go talk to the doll. She must be over here.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire?
Try to figure out what stat we want to increase.
Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
Alright, well, this is going for the skill build, but low vitality is probably never really a good thing. And I got a lot of skill, so let's just get a little HP boost. And that's going to greatly increase my, relatively greatly increase my physical defense at this point, so. Alright.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Upgrade our weapon. Ah, very nice. Cool. That was something. Maybe get the gun too. We'll use a cold blood dew to do that. Maybe even... No, we need 5 for that, okay. Oh, right, I see. I didn't have enough for this anyways, so... That was just bad planning on my part. That's okay. Still remembering.
Well, what is it?
So, how much do we need for one more level?
Farewell, good hunter. Welcome. What is it? Very well. Let me.
I feel like vitality is probably the way to go now. Haven't really put too much thought into it, but that's
Farewell,
okay.
good
All right. Well, thank you for joining me on my first trip through Yarnum, or not my first trip through Yarnum, my second trip through Yarnum, but the first part of my stream for my journey through Yarnum. If you enjoyed watching me play Bloodborne, maybe consider giving me a follow. That would be really cool. I would appreciate it. And otherwise, I will see you next time when I continue with Bloodborne, or tomorrow at 1 o'clock when I play A Way Out with my buddy Doom Legume. Either way, have a great night, and I'll talk to you later.